Welcome to the Feminine Wave. Today's episode, we'll be focusing on conscious being, real awareness. Let's talk about personal growth, self help, faith, essence, and spirituality. Today's guest is Kaylyn Dawley. She's a producer at Action Jackson's Promotions, where she helps businesses tell their stories with authenticity and fun. She's also a practicing witch who guides women in connecting to their own magic through personalized spiritual rituals and practices. I'd like to introduce Kaylyn Dawley.
Hello. So
So
happy to be
happy to
here.
have you with us today. I'm
Thank you
very
too.
excited for all of our conversation.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah. And you wear two hats.
I
And
wear many hats, yes.
right, well, the two we're going to talk about two today.
Yes.
And so you produce videos
hmm
for people and or businesses.
hmm
So I love this. I love this. Talk to us about the magic of storytelling through video.
Oh, the magic of storytelling, yes. Well, you can write a lovely story, and many of us are readers, and you can really dive into a story that way. But when you can really see it, when you can hear somebody with their own voice tell you their story, it's so much easier to connect with them, to really understand their vibe, their energy, to feel like you know that person. And so, video is such a powerful storytelling tool. And when you tap into it correctly, I mean, like, think about watching a documentary. You learn about a specific person or a situation, but you can do that with your business too and give people a behind the scenes look of how you came to be, what you're passionate about, why somebody would choose to work with you, what that process really looks like, what the outcome will be. Like, it really helps people connect to you, to your story, and to what you do so that they're more inclined to reach out to you and hopefully work with you.
And I'm sure you experience individuals who might be timid. I guess like
hmm
the number one fear, I guess, people have is public speaking. Now,
Yes.
granted, this isn't exactly that, but it's
hmm
really a close partner to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, talk about overcoming fear of being visible.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a huge part of it. And honestly, I'd say the majority of the people that we work with have that fear, not just of being visible, but of being on camera. It is like a cousin to public speaking, and it really forces you to confront all of your insecurities. And the most common thing we get when we're in the editing review process is somebody actually fixating on, like, my mouth moved weird, or I said something just a little bit off, or I don't really like that color on me. And like, they're so hyper fixated on their own insecurities that they can't even hear the message they're sharing. And they look great. Like, we do everything we can to make sure that you look great, you sound great. We do all this pre production work so we know we're saying the right things for your business, for your goals, for your target audience. And so, really, a main part of the job that I have as the producer is to help people feel really comfortable and confident on camera. So I'm like a cheerleader essentially. And I love that because A, I need it myself. Um, but B, it's like helping people see their power and their beauty and the magic that they create for people. Like, we're all entrepreneurs because we're passionate about what we're doing. And the moment you put yourself on camera, you forget all of that and you're just so insecure and like, oh my gosh, who am I to show up in this way? And what will people think? And oh my gosh, what if there's a negative comment? And my job is to say, just remember what you do, the outcomes you create for people. How are you helping people? That's why it's important that you show up and speak out about what you do so that you can help more people and create that change in the world that you're here to create. That's why you started your business. So, like, let's help you get over it and just show up and connect with the people that you can help.
Yeah, I really have never had a problem with public speaking. I and I'm not, I mean, I sort of am an extrovert, but not
hmm
always. I say I
Mhm.
was an extrovert raised by introverts.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember being in a play in kindergarten. And I don't know, I think my mother was so uncomfortable watching me on stage that
Oh,
she
wow.
never wanted me to do anything like that again. So it was her
Wow.
own stuff that she
Yeah.
projected onto me,
Oh,
which I thought was, I didn't realize obviously this till decades later,
yeah. Hmm.
obviously. And, I've just accepted the fact about myself that I might be goofy. And
Yeah.
that's part of my personality. And I
Yeah.
gotten over it because,
Hmm.
I am on camera. This is what I do.
Hmm.
And I don't care. I've let it go. And if I sound funny or I make a funny face, who cares? I don't
Yeah.
care because,
Yeah. Well, and honestly, that's how people connect is like we're all weirdos. Like being a human is such a weird experience. And when you just let go and let yourself be, people are like, oh, that's so relatable. I'm such a weirdo too. I want to hang out with that person. Like the more you are yourself, the more you attract people that really genuinely connect with you.
well, it's being authentic and you're not
Yes.
pretending to be somebody else.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am not an actor, so I don't have to worry about that.
Hmm.
And which isn't to say I love film. That's like one of my top mediums I dive into. And
Yeah.
and then it's interesting to see an actor being interviewed where you see them in their authentic self versus this
Hmm.
character.
Hmm.
And yeah, I watched an interview the other day and she was saying, maybe it might have been Reese Witherspoon. I don't recall, but she was saying how she gets nervous every time.
Uh-huh.
And she was a seasoned actor, so if it wasn't Reese Witherspoon, it was somebody else who's been around for a while, at
Uh-huh.
least.
Uh-huh.
And just how she was saying, she gets those butterflies in the stomach, and before I
Yeah.
get on here, I have those butterflies,
Yeah, it's really
right?
common. Even I read a story recently. We watched this old movie Tremors with Kevin Bacon. And after we watch a movie, I go to the IMDb and read all the trivia and like learn about all the behind the scenes stuff. And so there's this anecdote about Kevin Bacon, and I've heard it about several big movie stars that he won't watch his own movies. Like once he's done recording, he's not going to watch it. He doesn't want to criticize himself or feel weird or like think about it at all. Like he's done the job, it's over. So like even the big movie stars, like Reese Witherspoon or whoever that was, they get nervous before they step on camera. They don't want to watch it after the fact. And so all of us are like creating social media content that somebody's going to consume in 7 seconds and then forget about forever. And we're over analyzing it. And like that stops you from putting yourself out there and doing the thing you came here to do. And if actors can get over it and do it, and of course they're getting paid pretty well to deal with that, but you can do that too. You can do that. You can show up for yourself.
And someone else I heard speak, another female, she was saying, in her being interviewed, she was so shy. And
Interesting.
I've noticed that with a number of actors. I couldn't name them.
Hmm.
And but the skill of acting is stepping into the role of the character you're
Yeah.
portraying, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. And of course, I have to watch this after.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's the
I
hard
don't
part.
get, yeah, just to make sure it all came out okay, because
Right.
sometimes there could be glitches in the recording process. So anyway,
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Please talk to us about empowerment through self-expression.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's another lesson that I've learned as a videographer is watching my clients, like especially the people we've worked with for several years, go from that timid, afraid, like just trying to get the message out to like now they're super creative. They feel really at home in their bodies. They're so confident about what they're offering and how they help people, and they're less judgmental of themselves and other people. They're just like having fun doing business, or living life, even. You know, there's people, we do short films with other creators that we know, and like it's all about having fun. And so the more you express yourself, the more you're connected to yourself. And the more that you're connected to yourself, the more you can connect to others. And so it really is this practice of like releasing all that shame and embarrassment and guilt and whatever you're feeling when you step on the camera, just releasing that and stepping into yourself. It's that authenticity thing we're talking about. The more authentic you are, the more life responds to you and the more magic happens. And like the more you're authentic, the more authentic connection you create, the more experiences you can create with people. And like it really is this ripple effect that is so fun to witness and be a part of. Oh my God, I facilitate it.
Well, and I gotta imagine it would be very rewarding, especially the people
Hmm.
that you work with multiple times,
Hmm.
from the first time to how they, become more relaxed,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
the
and
fear is gone and they're just like, yeah, let's do it. Like we're having fun with it now. There's no convincing them. They like come to us with ideas and they're like, oh, I saw this funny thing. Let's do it. And they're like, let's be goofy. Let's be wacky. Like, let's no more afraid. They start very like, I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. And then they're like, not even thinking about that anymore. Just like, ooh, we're going to have fun. Look at this crazy idea. Let's do this.
I love that. Years ago, I used to do shows in a studio with
Oh, cool.
cameras and all
Uh-huh.
the lights. This is a little less intimidating.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And I've had that experience as well. And
Mm.
being under those lights, man, I would sweat like
Uh-huh.
nobody's business.
Uh-huh. That's a very normal thing. Yeah. And you feel totally fine. Even the most confident people that we've worked with, like they're very confident. And then we have a 3 camera system. We have a 3-point lighting system. We've got like this slider thing. So it's a camera that kind of moves back and forth. And like you're surrounded by all this equipment. And then 2 people staring at you and saying, like, are you ready to go? And like the most confident people are like, I don't even know my name anymore. And so that's where I step in and I'm like, it's just you and me. We're having a conversation. We're going to have some fun. Remember, our goal here is to connect with people. And so, like, just reminding them and getting them more comfortable in their bodies and like staying present and not worrying about all this. That's the technical stuff. You don't have to think about that. That's what we're for.
Yeah, yeah. Almost just ignore that part of what's going on, right?
Uh-huh. Easier said than done for sure.
Yes,
But
sure,
really
sure.
we have a process too for like warming you up. So we're just going to talk while Joey's setting up the equipment. We're going to get comfortable, we're going to have fun, we're going to laugh a little bit. We've already done the pre-production work. There's a practice situation. So by the time we're recording, even if you're uncomfortable, you're like, "Okay, I guess we're going to do it." And by the like third, it's the third to fifth take that people are like, "Okay, you know what? I got this. I'm good."
I love that. And then, so do you, with the production company, then you go to people
Hmm.
and then could you give me an example of various, I mean, I obviously for business, but what is
Uh-huh.
it what's a range, I guess, of the different, if there is such a thing.
Oh, there sure is. Yeah. And it's a creative thing, so it's always changing and we're changing with the times and there's new equipment that comes out, new techniques to try, so it's always a little bit different. So we started in real estate and we were doing like listing videos and just showing off the house. And then we were like, well, there's not always a listing for the realtors, so let's create marketing for them, like a website video that introduces who they are so people can connect with them. And then everybody's on social media. So you know what? Let's do some social media content, kind of a variation of that. So we're learning about like what's the best way to market on social media, what makes sense for your business. So we do a lot of social media content still. That's, you know, the biggest base right now is where people are. We still do a lot of website content as well. We just finished a project for a law firm. So we did biography videos for all their lawyers and then also explainer videos. So each lawyer has a different area practice that they're an expert in. And so they recorded a video talking about what is this practice? How do we help people? What does it look like? What are some common questions? That kind of stuff. So it's like a video library for their website. And then, yeah, social media content. We do short films as well. So those are all creative projects. So far, they've all been volunteer opportunities, and it's just to stretch our muscles, work with bigger crews, get more creative than we can get with like marketing videos. And that's kind of the base. Our goal is to eventually be a part of a Super Bowl commercial, just because they're so like big and ostentatious and humorous and like, all the big things. So we're stretching that way. I keep speaking it into existence by telling people we'll see how that materializes, whether I'll be a producer and he's a director, or he's just a cameraman and I'm like a set runner. I don't know. We just want to be a part of it and see that happen.
Well, it is like, I mean, I know every year right before the Super Bowl, all those commercials start, you know,
Uh-huh. Yep.
and it's almost like, premiere for any company.
Yeah, it really is as much the Super Bowl for marketing as it is for football.
Right. And, and those halftime shows are just kind of out of
Wow.
this world.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Wild. Quite the production.
And I know in your second hat, you're a practicing witch.
I am.
And I would love to have you speak to bridging spirituality with business and or entrepreneurship.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a journey, I'll tell you that. So I'm a second generation witch. My mom was a witch. She was a tarot reader in the 90s. You'd call the tarot line. My mom was one of those people. And through my adolescence, it was like an interesting time to be a witch. And so I kind of like hid that part of myself. And I did it like secretly at home alone. And then we started business, and I felt like I really had to keep them separate. And I just felt disconnected because I was keeping them separate. I know that now. But at the time, I was like, I just don't understand why I don't feel so connected to what I'm doing and to like everything. Like I just felt this disconnection. And through
Well, it
the
was
course of,
almost like it sounds like you were, if it were me,
Mhm.
I was shutting down that part of my
Yes,
authentic self.
yes, 1,000,000%. That's it. Yeah. I just felt like they were two separate things and they could not coexist. And I don't even remember having the epiphany, but through the course of miracles of life, the way that it does, I had the epiphany, oh, I have to merge them. I have to be both because I am both. And so, what does that look like? And it's still kind of a practice, but for me, what that looks like is prioritizing my spirituality. And so I start the day with that. So I have a prayer that I do in the morning. I read my tarot cards every morning. I have a journal practice. I start there, and then I can take on business. And when I do that intentionally, and I've been doing it for years, my business is better. My business hat is clearer. I'm able to take better action, think through things better. I feel just so much clearer. And now we have a package that is a witchy marketing package. And so that would include we start with a tarot reading. So rather than doing our typical pre production, we'll still do that because it's part of it, the research and all the planning and everything. We start with a tarot reading to see what your spirit guides say that your business needs. And so that is like a whole different approach. And then we build content based on that. And then there's a ritual or a spell that I can do to like ensure the marketing success or help you get comfortable or whatever we find that you need through that process. And then after the fact, again, a spell or a ritual so that you can launch with the best energy. We can look at the numerology, the astrological transits, like when should we put this content out? What content should we put out for the full moon? Like it's really infused into the whole package. And even if it's not that package that you purchased, I'm still doing that work in my life. And so everything I touch is magical because I am magical, which is just like crazy to say to somebody so seriously, but that's who I am and what I do. And so, yeah, when I stopped separating them and stepped into my authentic self, thanks to being this and helping other people do this, my business has gotten better and clearer, and I feel better and clearer, and like my life is just magical. What a gift! What a
Right?
gift! Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. Well, and I love especially the fact that now you're showing up as your whole self.
yeah, yeah. And I can help people see when they're not doing that and tell them from my own experience, just trust me, I know it's so hard, but when you do it, everything clicks and it just works. So just, I know it's scary, but trust me, try it a little bit. If you just try it a little bit, you'll see results. And then you'll want to do it a little bit more and then a little bit. And then you're just your full self and you don't care anymore.
Right. And then it doesn't matter. And the people who are meant to be drawn to you will be drawn to you.
Yes. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And so I love that I have years of experience, not so much with tarot, but
Hmm.
mostly oracle cards.
Mm,
I do have, uh, actually, I have a goddess tarot deck, which
mm,
it's
lovely.
different archetypes and, all the other suits, instead of, um, air, it's wind,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
right?
same vibe, but
And
different. Yeah.
yeah, and so it has a little different slant on it, but not so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been working with those cards for probably going on 27 years.
Wow. Yeah, that's a practice. That's good.
And and I know the women who put them out, so I feel really connected
Cool.
to them.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's awesome. And then, like I said, I've gotten into the traditional tarot. I have those decks now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll do a reading, and it's like, well, okay, maybe. But I reference the other deck just
Mm-hmm.
because have so much more familiarity with that
Totally. Yeah.
that then I look at what
Mm-hmm.
those meanings are. I'm not so good. I always have to look at the book. I'm not that great yet,
There's
but
nothing wrong with that. I still read the book, and I got my first deck when I was 8, and I still look because there's so many meanings for every card, and then when they interact, there's more meanings, and sometimes you just need that, like, you tell me what it means.
well, and I love how you start your day. Uh,
Yeah.
similar. I don't. I have. I have my morning practice. I do a meditation, which is specific to me. One of
Mm-hmm.
my teachers recorded it for me
Awesome.
specifically, and so it really connects me with who I am.
Mm. Yeah.
So it's very
Great way to start.
grounding, you
Hmm.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, I love starting my day. I bookend my day with routines. And so
Yes.
I just call them my mornings and my night times. And that just like the day can get so crazy chaotic. And I'm not saying I'm just like breezing through life feeling totally great. But when I don't do those things, I very much notice a difference. And so they're mandatory now. And I do feel just more calm, even in the presence of chaos. And I highly recommend anybody always find a routine that works for you, even if it's just 5 minutes of noticing your breath. It changes your day, and it's so impactful.
Yeah, and my routine kind of changes over time, and
Mm-hmm.
for me specifically, uh, I have to admit sometimes I get a little lazy and then I don't do it and then I forget. Oh
Uh-huh.
shoot, I need to start doing that again,
Uh-huh.
Life
Very
just
normal.
flows just so much
Yeah.
more easily. I can
Yeah.
tell when I'm not.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
very much, it's like a spiritual workout. Like if you work out on a regular basis and then you stop, you notice. And if you're doing your routines on a regular basis and you stop, you notice. It's just a different noticing.
right, right. Well, and you alluded to the fact when we set this up that,
Mm-hmm.
because as you've stated, tarot is a tool for clarity as well as creativity and
Mm-hmm.
timing and all of this. And you said you might be willing to pull some
I
cards,
do have my deck right here. And
right?
I did cleanse them and I have everything ready. So yes, I'd love to
Oh,
for the collective and just see what we get.
oh, I would love that. I would love
Awesome.
that. Yay.
Thank you for being open to it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so I have my cards here, and what I like to do, like I said, I did cleanse them. I knock them together to kind of shake the energy, any energy that's trapped. I keep them with a selenite, and I have an obsidian down here. So this helps clear the energy, and then the obsidian helps to pull away any like negativity. Trying to like banish that word from my life, but for now, I like it across. So they're cleansed, they're ready, and I like to just shuffle. And we don't have a single person that we're reading for, so I'm not going to ask a specific question. We're just going to ask the guides and angels what wants to come up for the collective, and we'll see what we get. I don't usually do any placements, like you can do a 3 card placement that's like past, present, future. I just kind of let the cards come out unless I'm asking something specific. So since we're not, we're just going to see our guides and angels want for us and your community and whoever happens upon this message.
Yeah,
And the fun thing
absolutely.
about tarot is whenever you come across this message, that's the time it's meant for you.
Exactly.
It's a magical
Very magical. Yeah.
experience too. Good. Well, they're quite energetic. Oh, okay.
Are they popping
Ooh.
out?
Oh, they are. And we've got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. 2 queens came out, which I love
Beautiful.
because we've got 2 queens right here.
There you go.
I'll pull a third, just because I'm feeling that, and it jumped right out. And we've got the moon. Okay.
Ooh. And we just came
So
off a full moon. The
we did,
cold moon.
yeah.
The cold
Uh-huh.
moon. Yeah.
So typically I like to start just looking at the cards. Let me pull up my view here so I can kind of see what I'm talking about since I've got them faced you. So what I start with is like, let's just look and take in the colors. So we've got mostly blue and some yellow. So blue is all about truth and clarity, which we're talking about a lot with the videography, with the spiritual expansion. And yellow is about like consciousness. And so we're illuminating consciousness just through the colors. So that's without even digging into the cards, that's what we've got. We've got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So the Pentacles are about our earth energy, our physical reality. The cups are about our emotions. It's a watery energy, which kind of goes with the moon. The moon affects the tides, and our tides were mostly water. And so anybody that says the moon doesn't affect us, I remind you, it affects the ocean. It affects us. And so the queens to me, when we've got 2 of them and we're sitting here in partnership, it is like a symbiotic partnership. We're supporting each other. We're also kind of the masters of our domain. We're sitting in our thrones. We feel really in charge, really taking control of these areas of our life, our emotions, our physical reality. The pentacles are also about money. It looks like a coin. It is part of our physical reality, is that. And then the moon is about illumination. When we have a full moon, the magic of that is it is brighter. It is illuminating things that have been dark. And the new moon, things are dark, and we're waiting for that illumination. So we've got the moon illuminating what we need in our consciousness, the truth, which goes exactly with the moon we just had, was about illuminating the things that we've kept hidden from ourselves to find the success in these areas of our life. So, what I'm getting when we put the 3 of them together is we feel illuminated, we feel strong, we feel capable. And if we don't, we're going to when we get this illumination that we need. And I would encourage anybody watching, if you don't follow the moon cycles, to start just getting curious about them. If you watch this video, the YouTube algorithm might just start feeding you that because that's the magic of the algorithms. But when I started tuning into the moon cycles, I'll tell you, I really connected to my own personal energetic cycles, just noticing the full moon is full, what has been illuminated in my life recently. And all of a sudden, I'm aware of all of these epiphanies that I've been having. And when you pair it with tarot cards, you're like, okay, what epiphanies have I had with my emotions? What epiphanies have I had with my money situation education or my physical reality, my home, my relationships, things like that. And the new moon, the same thing. Like, what feels really dark and confusing right now? Where do I need epiphanies in the next cycle? And they happen every 2 weeks. So when you tune into that, you're really tuned into your energy. Even if you only tune in for that lunation, for the new moon and the full moon, you're checking in with your spirit on a regular basis. It doesn't have to be this long, drawn out ritual you're doing every day, every night. You can check in once every 2 weeks and just try it. And I tell you, the magic that's going to happen for you, you will feel like a queen in charge of your kingdom. I promise you. And the other message I'm getting here too is lean into support. Lean into your community, like your friendships. Where do you need support specifically with emotions, with money? Ask for that support. You're not going to get it if you don't ask for it. Sometimes we get those magical connections and you don't have to ask, but when you ask, you will receive. And even if you don't, you still receive a message or a thought or an epiphany, or like maybe that person isn't a person I should rely on. And when you release them, somebody else can come in. So I think that is the fullness of the message I'm receiving here.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Great
Yeah,
cards. Oh my gosh. So fun.
I know. And um, everything you just said, it's like that a lot of that, is in my life right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
The illumination, um, and what I've heard about where we are right now, um, is that somebody was talking about the death card, which does not mean death. It
Right.
means the end of something, and you
Uh-huh.
can't have a new beginning unless something ends.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, right. And that's
Yeah.
kind of what's going on
Mm-hmm.
for us right now, in as a collective.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. And even just this time of year. So, this year in numerology is a 9. That's like a completion. So, we're completing a lot of things. This moon was like, what do you need to like fix, to get rid of, to really complete this chapter and step into the next year is a 1, a new beginning, a fresh start. And like, things are chaotic in the world, and I view that as the things that need to die are dying so we can have the rebirth we need to have. And it is messy and it's painful and there's a lot going on, but that's part of the process. Death is painful and it's also a beautiful beginning, and so we just have to get through that and take care of ourselves on the way through.
Right, right. And yeah, because I know so many people, or at least people I've come in contact with, they don't. Well, and I'm going to say that for myself. As a human being, I grasp.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't want to let go of
Yeah.
what I have, or what I've become comfortable with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We crave comfort for sure. Our brains crave comfort, and the familiar is comfortable. Even when we know it's not good for us, even when we know it doesn't serve us, it's comfortable. And our brain is like, I want that because new is unknown, and that's scary, which equals danger to our primitive little brains. So we just have to remind ourselves that's not dangerous. I love you. You are safe. That's a practice I learned recently as a nervous system practice. Cross your hands over your chest and do little circles and just tell yourself you are safe, you are loved, you will get through this. I know it's scary. You just talk to yourself like a little kid. It's scary, I know, and you're going to be okay. You can do this hard thing. You've done hard things before. And doing that before you take an action that scares you really helps you calm down, get into your body, and remember, I am safe. I have done hard things. I can do this hard thing.
I love that. I'm writing that down right now.
Yeah,
Because
that was great practice.
I
Yeah.
mean, 'cause I'm going through a great expansion in myself,
Mm-hmm.
and basically unpacking and integrating
Mm-hmm.
previous trauma.
Mm, so fun.
Yeah, I know. And it's been there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
In the years in my growth, you're peeling back a layer and a layer and a layer and
Uh-huh.
another layer.
Uh-huh.
And so, that the fear has come up.
Yeah.
I don't want to look at it.
Uh-huh. No. Yeah, I
right?
hear you.
And I'm not going to get on the other side of it unless I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I really feel it's time, and it's time for me not to allow that to hold me back anymore.
Mm. Oof, that's so good. I can't wait to see how you expand from there. Oh my gosh.
Well, and I just came off a retreat this weekend, so it's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. And, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm integrating all that I've learned.
Uh-huh.
And, and what I do know, all of my previous experiences taught me something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's all
And,
leading somewhere.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
when I'm ready, I can face it, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when I'm not, I won't. But and it's time, and just just like we were talking about before, you can't. Nothing new can come in
Mm-hmm.
unless I release something else.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as the feminine, we're the receptors, so and we're allow and surrender.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And so surrendering in and allowing the new to come in, whatever that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And just like what you're saying, it just might be a message. We never know.
Yep. Yeah.
Thank goodness I am not in charge.
Yeah, that's too much pressure. Oh, funny.
Ah, gosh, thank you so much. So
Yeah,
again, that I
absolutely.
know it was the moon, and it
Hmm.
was the
The
queen.
moon,
The,
the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups.
so in my goddess tarot, the pentacles is earth, and
Yep.
cups is the sea.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. There's one card I always hate getting.
Oh,
I don't remember what
funny.
number it is. It's in cups, and I call it the Chicken Little card.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, because it's like I probably could pull it out real quick because I have it right here. Oh,
Mhm. Always
where's
good to
here's
have.
the book, and it's the Chicken Little card because that's the picture. And where is it? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh golly, I went right by it. But it's basically, the Chicken Little, in that,
Hmm.
the acorn falls on the head, so it thinks that,
The
everything is
world is
falling
falling.
apart,
Yes. Uh-huh.
right? Dang it, where is it? Oh, come on. Find it. I'm gonna find it.
Hmm.
I'm
It's
gonna
there.
find it.
It's
I don't
there.
want to go to wind. No, thank you.
Gotta go through the whole
Oh,
book.
well, it might help if I looked in that section of the book.
Maybe you were
See,
supposed
and
to go
I'm
read the
looking for the
message.
picture because I don't remember what card it is.
Right. We know
Hang
it's
on.
missing.
Oh, golly
There.
gee. Well, I might
There
have
she
to get
is.
back to you on that. But anyway, it's just what's happening right here isn't the end all be all, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak.
Yeah,
The world is
absolutely.
not coming to an end, even though
Uh-huh.
it feels like it is.
Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
transforming. It's a change. That's
Exactly.
all.
And I've
Mhm.
kind of adopted the new world of integrating because I don't
Mhm.
want to forget all
Yes.
that other stuff.
Uh-huh.
Because especially when it comes to, learning new things about myself, and those things, my mind said were bad because it doesn't want me to repeat that because that's what our brain does.
Mhm.
It's in us to make so we can survive.
Mhm.
And it got me here. Those
Yeah.
lessons are huge,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely feel like now is, I mean, all every December I'm very reflective. But like now is such a good time to look back before you step forward. And the new year is our calendar new year, but for me the new year is in spring. When spring starts, we come back to life. So right now you're supposed to be integrating, hibernating, thinking, reflecting, plotting and planning, if you will.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but it's not so much about taking big action. It's about, yeah, reflecting. Where have I been? Where do I want to go? And what lessons have I learned that will support that growth? Just thinking. Just be with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Which kind of leads me to the next thing I'd love to hear
Perfect.
more about is spell crafting for everyday life.
Oh, yes. This is my favorite. Because, like, I say witchcraft, and people are like, okay, so you're at a cauldron with a bunch of witches and, you're boiling children like in Hocus Pocus. And, like, no, no. Witchcraft for me is I make a cup of tea in the morning, and every ingredient that I put in, I use loose leaf tea most of the time. They all have magical properties. And so I'm putting in, right now, my morning tea is a cacao husk. And so it's not cocoa, it's cacao. And that is the energy of love, of joy, of expansion. And so I put that in. That is love, joy, expansion. And then I add rose petals, and that is more love. They're the highest vibrating flower. And so it's this really connected energy. It's also a protective energy. So as I add that in, this is protection, this is love, this is expansion. Then I add honey. This is, ooh, abundance. Honey is so much abundance. And think of all the work it takes bees to create honey. Like, I'm working hard today for my abundance. A little sprinkle of salt, because I always add a little bit of salt. It's protective. Add that in. And then I pour my water in a clockwise direction. And that is bringing this goodness into me. If I wanted to repel things, I would go the opposite direction. So like, it's just a little spell in a cup. And then I drink it really intentionally. I speak affirmations into it for the day that I want to have, for the feelings I want to feel. And then I know that that water is imbued with those affirmations, and therefore my being is as I ingest it. And I will just be that through the day. It's just tea. It's just like a 10-minute thing, but it's a beautiful ritual. It's magic. It's a spell. When you intend it to be that, it is. So it can be as simple as that. And it can be as simple as with the moon, I make moon water. And that's just put water in a glass vessel, your choosing, speak affirmations into it, or write affirmations or what you want on a piece of paper and put it under the moon water vessel on your windowsill or as close to something that will bring in moonlight as you can. It doesn't have to be outside soaking up the moonlight. It's okay if it's cloudy. Just set that vessel there, put a stone on top of it. I've got like a labradorite I like to use, especially it was connected to this specific moon. I have so many crystals, girl. So, and most of us do, I feel like, at this point. So just add a crystal on top of that water, let it soak up the moon. Know that that is magic. That's a spell. It's just as easy as that. And you can get much more complicated. And when you involve other people, it's more powerful. But it doesn't have to be like something with like a perfect poetry rhyme and like exactly what you're doing. Just trust your instincts. And like every moment of your day can be a spell if you intend it to be so. Or you can just have a couple moments or one a week or like whatever. It really can be so casual. It doesn't have to be super complicated. So I encourage everybody.
Right.
Everything can be magic. Just play with it. What feels good
Well,
to you?
and everything is magic.
Yes. Can you believe? I mean, look at a flower. It's nothing in the ground, and then it blooms up and it has these beautiful petals, and then it dies and it goes back into the ground and then it comes back out and does it again. And, I mean, that's just straight up magic. And then a bird comes and drinks its beautiful juice, nectar, and then goes and pollinates some other flowers. And it's a whole system. We live on the most magical planet in the universe, and we're just constantly taking it for granted. So, yeah, just soak up the magic wherever you can, because it's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere. And I'll tell you, the more you soak it up, the more you look for it, the more you will notice it, and the more you will receive it.
Absolutely. I'm on a new I do rituals full moon and new moon.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I've started doing those for myself, and uh, and I use, sound and fire,
Uh-huh.
and various elements. And I play with
Yeah,
whatever,
should be
and
playful.
And I've been sending some of those to my girlfriends, because I have it
Oh,
all written out.
uh-huh.
Because
Path
that's
to
what I
follow.
have to do.
Uh-huh.
That's what I need to do. And, I'll send it to them and here, try this, on,
Love
you
that.
know, yeah, yeah. Because
Mhm.
most of my girlfriends, we do a lot of this together.
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I feel it. And the more authentic you are, the more you'll run into those people, and so they're receptive to
exactly.
that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. And before we go, we have a little
Mhm.
more time. I want to talk about what the role of ritual plays in creativity.
Ooh. Oh, so good. So yeah, I ritualized my life. I have my mornings and my night times. I do this tea thing, I do a nighttime thing. And I see how that affects my life. So we do the same in our business with creativity. I find, especially with creativity, so many people are like, I don't feel creative. But when you can ritualize it, you're connecting all of these synapses in your brain and you can make yourself feel creative. So create a ritual that gets you into creativity. It's going to look different for everybody. All our creativities are different. For me, it is like cleansing my space. That means picking up the mess on my desk that you cannot currently see. Cleanse my space. Maybe I will do like some incense. I'll hit my sound bowl, like really connect to your senses is where I would start. Each sense if you can. So like a cup of tea, you're engaging your sense of taste. Do a sound bowl, your air, your hearing, touch something tactile. I have like some stuffed animals, even though I'm a grown adult, I'm still a child, but play a little bit. Creativity is playful. So try to find a way to play. Maybe it's like dancing to your favorite song real quick before you get started, but create this ritual that every time before I'm creative, I'm going to do this, this, and this, or maybe it's just one thing. But as soon as you do that, your brain is like, oh, I'm in a creative zone. Let's get creative. And it might not work perfectly the first time or the first 5 times, but the more you do that thing, I mean, it's like habit building. It's the same thing as that. The more you do that thing, it just tells your brain, this is what this means. I do these things and then this happens. So this ritual equals creativity. And so I do these things, I don't feel creative, but when I do these things, I do feel creative. Now I'm ready to be creative, whatever that means for you, whether that's like just creating for fun or you are a creator and you create for your business. Adding a ritual is it tells your brain to do that thing. And then you can tap in and you can get into the flow so much quicker than when you're fighting. And like if you're really not in the mood, don't do it. Just give yourself permission to not walk away, come back later, try again. Even if you have a deadline. And I know that's so scary when we have a deadline. But I tell you, every time I do it, I'm like, okay, I don't feel it right now. Let me go play with my dog. And then all of a sudden, wait a minute, creative spark, do the ritual, get into it.
Well, and I know I used to write for a magazine,
Mm,
and sometimes it felt like drudgery, and then I
uh-huh.
would get blocked. And yeah,
Mhm.
I would have to get up, walk around, get totally away from it
Yes.
and relax.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then my brain, it's like, oh, you could say this, that, and the other, and it just
Mm.
came in naturally, right?
Mhm. Yeah, there's so much power in stepping away. And it feels so scary to do, especially when your livelihood is creative. You're like, if I don't, and I still get caught in this trap. We've been doing this for 7 years. I'm still like, I have to do this thing or I won't make money and I will be homeless. It's like this, like literally that's right where I go. And that's never been an issue. But I go straight to worst case scenario, I'm going to be homeless. But if I just walk, just literally having a dog is so helpful for creativity. Take your dog on a walk and then, okay, it's okay. Everything's fine. Hold on a minute. I had a great idea.
Yeah, it's giving myself permission
Uh-huh.
to do that.
Yeah. Permission is such a huge thing. And, a great way to get permission is to call your best friend. Girl, I'm stuck. Will you just give me permission to like walk away for a second? And she'll say, yeah, come talk to me.
Well, and what I love about being the feminine,
hmm
and for people who don't feel that they're creative, it's like you're a woman. You have
Hmm.
a womb. You
You
can
are
create
creation.
life.
Yes, yes.
Hello. Tap
Uh-huh.
into that.
Uh-huh. And really, yeah, you can sit with that and just close your eyes and feel into it intentionally. That is creation. Even if you're not able to bear children, you have the ability to create life. You do. And that's what we do when we're creators. You create something from nothing. There is nothing, and then you create that thing. You can do that. All of us can do that.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And you were talking about having a practice,
Hmm.
and um, there's that. I don't like the original phrase. My phrase is practice makes permanent
Ooh, yes. Yeah. Because there's no
because there is
perfect.
no I mean, we're perfect in our messiness.
Uh-huh. You have to be messy to be perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
And so, yeah, I love
I love
that.
that.
And
Hmm.
oh, and I've loved spending this time with you.
Me
I
too.
wrote
Thank
down the
you.
cards that, so I'm gonna, work
Great.
with that. Thank you
Hmm.
so much. And I love
Absolutely.
the suggestion about the tea. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's a fun
because
one.
I have I think it's powdered cacao, but
Ooh, nice. Yeah, that totally works. All the ingredients work. And if you don't know what they mean, A, trust your intuition and just know this is my intuition said to use this. Or you can look them up. Just spiritual meaning
right.
of chamomile. And then, oh, say what this is for as you put it in. Super
Oh,
easy.
I do a lot of honey chamomile.
Uh-huh. That's good.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's abundant. But calm abundance, not chaotic abundance. You trust it.
Yeah, right?
Good stuff.
And and actually I do tea at night before I go to bed.
Uh-huh. I do a morning tea and a night tea.
Well, see, I'm a coffee girl, so
Uh-huh. I've been forcing myself. I do tea first, and then I will have caffeine, hopefully 90 minutes after I've been awake. But we don't always make it that far for
well, I can
coffee.
aspire to that.
Sure. Or you cannot. It doesn't have to be,
Right.
whatever works for you. And
Yeah,
coffee's
yeah.
magical too. Coffee speed things up. So if you're like trying to make fast progress, coffee's the thing to do.
Right, right. Yeah. And of course I'm surrounded by a bunch of tea drinkers. It's like I need to find some coffee people.
Well, to speak it into the universe, it will
I
come to
I
you.
just did. I'm gonna
Yes.
find some coffee people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, it was a lot of things over this retreat I was on this last weekend where, just speaking it
Hmm.
can allow it to happen.
Absolutely. Yeah. It becomes from intangible to fully tangible. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Our voice is magic. That's part of the magic of video, like we were talking about. Like literally, your breath is a tool you can use for magic. So speaking is a spell.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And the more I go on that development journey of those things,
Hmm.
the more things I learn, the more things I bring into my practices and rituals. And
Hmm.
I gotta tell you, talking to you, it's like I'm getting really more excited about that. It's like, what else can I do, right?
Oh, so much. It's endless. Yes.
It is endless. Yeah. And it's always so wonderful to speak with somebody who speaks the same language
Uh-huh. Yes.
about
Yeah.
that. And so
Uh-huh.
it's comforting. And not that I don't say things to people who might not be on that
Totally.
same wavelength, because this is who I am.
Exactly. Uh-huh. You're gonna get it whether you get it or not. But it's nice when you understand it. You speak the same
Yeah,
language.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, okay. I've loved this time. I so appreciate you
Great.
being with me today
Me
and
too. Thank
sharing
you.
all of this wisdom
Yeah.
from being visible and sharing myself in video to, joining, spiritual and entrepreneurship or business
Hmm.
together. And I love what you said about, doing a reading can give you clarity
Hmm.
and then for me that equates then into a plan that I could then
Yes.
implement.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta have clarity before you create a plan because
Right.
otherwise you're just guessing, which you can
And
get somewhere, but better to start with clarity.
right, exactly. Oh. Again, thank you so much for being here today.
Yes,
I
thank you for
so
having
appreciate your time.
me.
And I'm going to put all your information in our post so people
Yes,
can get a hold of you
thank you.
because I know you do amazing work. And what an honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Same. Thank you.
Be sure to join us next time, where we continue to cultivate feminine power, explore potential, and provide information and tools to elevate your life. In the meantime, visit our website at thefemininewave.org or follow us on our YouTube channel at The Feminine Wave to watch other episodes, share what resonated from today's episode, and suggest future topics. Your feedback is imperative in helping reach more women seeking to reclaim their essence. Until then, catch the swell of the feminine wave and continue creating the life you deserve. This is Tara Becker signing off. Take care, and we'll see you on the airwaves.